Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Taurus. I'm the Cannastrologer. My name is Abby, and this is another reading for the very end of March 2024. This is also, we just passed the full moon and lunar eclipse in Libra, which marks an energetic ending or culmination point. Also, if an eclipse's sign, which is Libra, coincides strong with any of the signs within your natal chart, Libra, then there will be exciting turning points in your life. Obviously, you're a Taurus sun sign, but you could have Libra anywhere else in your chart, right? So, it's very interesting. With this last full moon and moon cycle, it was all about justice and balancing things out, and culmination points, wrapping stuff up. Full moons always provide clarity. It's a great time for energy. And then now we're moving towards the solar eclipse, which is on April 8th. Now, April 1st, we hit Mercury retrograde, and that basically affects everybody. Mercury retrograde is going to and that's April Fool's Day, by the way. It will run from April 1st through the 24th, running into Taurus season. Happy birthday, early birthday to all of the Tauruses of April. If you are an April Taurus, drop a comment in the comments below, or like, share, subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you smash that button, and also hit the notification bell. That way you get notified of all of my upcoming content. So then we have 2 weeks of the shadow period afterwards. So literally the entire month is going to be covered with Mercury retrograde, which is the planet of communication. And it creates miscommunication, transportation snafus, holdups, delays. Also, like anything with technology, glitches, Also, we could probably see some solar flares, because it's going to be happening also in the time period of Aries, fire sign, and astrologers have been calling it for a while now that we will be seeing a lot more solar flares coming off the sun during this specific time period. So it'll be interesting. So Taurus, the song that I had on pre-shuffle for you, it's called I Remember Everything by Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves. Never heard it before, but it is so beautiful. Also very, very deep. So you could probably translate it in multiple different ways, but a couple of the lyrics that I picked up on. Strange words come out of a grown man's mouth when his mind's broke. Pictures and passing time, you only smile like that when you're drinking. I wish I didn't, but I do. Remember every moment on the nights with you. So, this is probably written about a romantic couple, but it also could be probably perceived like a father-daughter, or just like close friend, male, female type of, because it's like a back and forth song, but just go and listen to it. It's really beautiful. I feel like this is speaking to somebody that's, it talks about pictures and passing time. So it's like somebody that was in a relationship with somebody, and obviously it talks about, you only smile like that when you're drinking. It's like alcohol could have, served a purpose, a wedge in between the two, and they go their separate ways. But it's like you have the pictures and there's passing time, and you still remember every moment with that person. Okay, so we're going to see how that coincides with the messages. We're going to do this backwards this time, and start with the oracle first and then go into the tarot. Cut the deck. We've got the flowering moon. That's popping up in May, card number 33. And then new beginnings with the new moon coming up on the 8th. That's interesting. So both of the moons popping up, new moon and then the flower moon following month in May. So the May flowering moon could be significant. Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for the greater good. My candle went out. Let me get another one. I want to make sure that we're good. Thank you. Thank you, spirits. All right. Taurus, please. What do we have for Taurus? I have peace, power, protection, prosperity. Okay. Oh, this one wanted to fly at me. Okay, so underneath the deck, we've got number 12, boundaries. Somebody is putting up boundaries, needs to put up boundaries, has boundaries up. Very important. There's nothing wrong with that. You need personal space, personal boundaries against people. Pulling back to that song, especially if it's in regards to like any kind of alcoholism, toxicity of any sort, right? But you got to put up your boundaries, your personal card. And then why? Because self-love. Card number 6. We have 12 and 6. So you could be like we have 12 and then 6. So you could be 6 years apart from somebody, or you could be half the age of somebody. But somebody is like, they put their boundaries up so that they can heal, and embark and embrace their self-love. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful energy. I love that. Okay, what else for Taurus, please? I'm already feeling this could trigger some, so just fair warning that this could be there could be potential triggers in this if we're talking about any kind of toxicity or that kind of energy. But that's why we're here, right? For healing. Higher peace, power, protection. Okay, so underneath the deck we have Circus of Love. This card came up earlier. I can't remember who's reading, but this is underneath the deck. It's underlying energy. This talks about, just like it says, a circus of love. It's like, a whirlwind. It feels like a circus. Your life may feel like a circus. You may have like crazy family issues and, or be like in the midst of all kinds of activities and social life and this and that, and you're being pulled in all different directions. But it's like somebody is still like this center of attention, and there's still love surrounding her. I love the colors too. Check that out. Red might be important. Red, silver, almost like gray. So that's number 35, Circus of Love. We'll read that in just a second. And then we've got number 5, Brilliant Virgin. So fives, we have 5, 6 right next to each other. 5, 6 different decks. So the Brilliant Virgin card also came up earlier. It's a gorgeous card. And it's talking about somebody who's just like absolutely brilliant, obviously very smart for keeping to, I guess it's like keeping to themselves. We'll read it in just a second. But staying innocent, staying pure. And I'm not saying like staying a virgin. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just having that innocence about themselves, because they keep it clean, they keep it honest, they keep it truthful. They protect themselves with the truth, with boundaries. Growth underneath the deck. If we embrace the world, the Tao will never leave us, and we become as little children. Top of the deck, truth. Didn't I just say that with the Brilliant Virgin? Truth, Lao Tzu. We give without expecting anything in return. We do not dwell on past accomplishments and do not glory in any praise. Lao Tzu. Okay, so we're going to read these. Squirrels might be important. You might be seeing a lot of squirrels and flowers, like tulips. Now's the time. Okay, I just flipped right to it. That's awesome. But we'll read 12 first underneath the deck. So, boundaries. Judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. You teach people how to treat you. Judge what is healthy and right for you with clarity and care. Simplify. Mantra, I can say yes or no with authenticity and clarity. Okay, so then self-love. Radical self-love is necessary. Empowerment starts from the inside out. Do not compare yourself to others. Start your change with focus and love of self. Mantra, every day I bring radical self-love to body, mind, and spirit. So, rose quartz is the companion stone for self-love, which is, I mean, most people know what rose quartz looks like, but it's like a light pink color. It's good for the heart chakra. It's funny, it says, so, listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you, but then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons that they are there. Know that you are doing the best that you can right now, and that you are not your past, and that you can soothe yourself, and most importantly, you can move on. Know that this comparison craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change, if anywhere or anything, for your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from the inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness and self-measure. Choose radical self-love. Choose you. Love that. So, yeah, somebody needs to put up boundaries and just choose themselves. Radical self-love, for some reason, could have something to do with somebody, trying to escape some kind of toxicity or dealing with some kind of toxicity. It could be anything, guys, right? So now let's look at number 35. Circus of love. Love in all its forms is the ultimate prize in the game of life, but you've got to be in it to win it. Forget excuses and open your heart to love, to life, to luck, to laughter, for the circus of love is rolling into your soul town, and it's time for you to be swept off your feet. So, if you've been struggling in matters of the heart, the circus of love indicates that a heart healing is happening and your experience of love is about to become more vibrant, exciting, and playful, and perhaps even somewhat unconventional or unusual. It also indicates that a love affair with a person, place, or thing is about to begin or deepen. It's time to let yourself be swept off your feet and to lose your head to love. So this is just falling in love. It's like the crazy feeling, the craziness of being in love, and everything around you is love, right? So it's the Brilliant Virgin. In a world where we are bombarded daily with differing opinions and ideas, remaining true to you and your own point of view is nothing short of brilliant. Let go of confusion, distortion, comparison, and compromise. You do not need to compare yourself to another or measure up to anyone or anything else. What matters to you in your successful life journey is to be in touch with your own truths. You know what you feel no matter what anyone else says or believes. Stay true to you. So this is very similar to, it's like expressing that radical self-love as a brilliant virgin. Like, that's what makes you unique. That's what makes you authentic, right? And that's because, part of that is putting up personal boundaries. It's not being a people pleaser. It's standing true. Oh, what is my youngest has been telling? What has she been saying constantly? I stand on business. She's like, I stand on my business. I've been standing on my business, and that's exactly what boundaries are. You're standing on your business, and you're standing on your word, and it was just brilliant. It's brilliant energy. So the Oracle of Brilliant Virgin brings you a message. Stay true to you and your course. Do not allow yourself to be swayed by another, no matter how well-meaning their intentions may be or how impressive their arguments may seem. So you could be also feeling almost swept off your feet in love or something like that, which is like making you second guess a direction maybe that you had your heart set on or that you're supposed to be taking. But it's like Spirit is saying you need to follow your heart, follow the truth within, what within your soul, what's telling you, in order for you to grow with that growth, right? You need to exercise that radical self-love. So what is growth? Underlying energy. This squirrel reminds us to pause on a walk to smell the flowers. If you can resist naming and judging things, rather observe them for their qualities instead. Acceptance is a practice that naturally forms connections. Thich Nhat Hanh said, when you recognize the seed of compassion in yourself, you should make sure that it is watered several times a day. Tao number 28. We know the honorable, but do not shun the disgraced. We embrace the world as it is. When we embrace the world with compassion, then we return it to the uncarved block. Reflections. How can you tap into your uncarved block? Find some childlike play in your day. Get out into nature and pause to simply observe. Affirmation. I am part of nature, and so I treat her with care. So then we've got the truth. Lao Tzu. So, truth. Great sages never praise or blame. They live above the common drama of ordinary folks. In doing so, they tap into a greater consciousness and glow in a way that draws others near. Not much is known about Lao Tzu, the writer of the Tao Te Ching, but he was clearly able to tap into a greater consciousness to share about the importance of humility, balance, and flow. Tao number 77. The Tao of heaven works in the world like the drawing of a bow. The top is bent downward, the bottom is bent up. The excess is taken from, and the deficient is given to. Who is able to give to others from their excess? Only someone who is following the way of the Tao. So it's like if you've got extra to give, it's saying, give it, wholeheartedly, graciously, with great intent. Reflections. Find lightness and playfulness in your day. Notice when you get caught up in drama. Be more like water, strong, yet wielding. Affirmation, go with the flow. That's one of my favorites. All right, so now let's go into the tea leaf fortune. Okay, 17 minutes. What do we have for Taurus, please? Higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for the greater good. End of March for Taurus. 1 or 2 for Taurus, please. All right. Underneath the deck, we have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. I love that. We have the month of May. May has been popping up in so many of the readings, guys. So, and I've been saying the entire time, the reason May's popping up, April popped up too, actually. April's going to be the crazy month. It's the transition time with the Mercury retrograde and all of that. Just everybody's going to be breathing through it. Then we've got, but then we have May. So I feel like come May, something is going to take fruition. Something's going to happen. We'll see. We'll pull more cards. Then we have Turkey. Someone is behaving stupidly. So go figure. And I'm already feeling pulled back to that song when I said that. So if there is somebody that you had in mind when I was talking about that song, or just the concept behind it, that could be who you're thinking of there, for some of you. All right, what else do we have for Taurus, please? It could be anybody. Anything else? Okay. Underneath the deck, we have older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. Anybody who watches this channel knows that I have an issue with this card. And I mean, really the older man card too, but the older man in this deck actually looks younger than the older woman. And an older woman can be anything, right? She doesn't have to be a grandma looking older woman. She could be, 30 days older than you, and therefore she's an older woman, right? But in this case, I'm actually feeling like it could be like a grandmother, great-grandmother, somebody much, much older. But it's just dealings a relationship with an older woman, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. So after someone is behaving stupidly, we have pig, beware of greed. That could be the person also behaving stupidly. And then we have January. So something could have taken place in January, or something could be taking place this upcoming January. You have to think back to that or forward. And if any of this resonates, make sure you drop a comment in the comments below. Let me know how. I love getting to know, first of all, my audience and all of my wonderful collective. But it also helps me know that I am vibing on the same frequency with you guys. And I just like to hear from you. Love getting that feedback. What do we have? Okay, the energy going into this is the Knight of Wands. So this is in and out energy. You also could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries energy. Somebody who's just back and forth all the time. That's the Knight of Wands energy. In and out, in and out. This also, like, if you're dealing with a person, it could be like romantic or platonic. It also, like, you could also be dealing with work. Now, in a work sense, like work, career, business, finance, or like a passion project, this is more lucky energy. It's actually very good energy. In either sense, if it's towards a person in a relationship, that in and out energy, it's like here for a fun time, not for a long time. Some people like that. Some people are like friends with benefits and stuff like that. But if you're in a monogamous long-term relationship or whatever, the Knight of Wands is not the energy that you want to be in. Or you could just be dealing with a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Actually, I think this is Sagittarius. Anyway, so May. What do we have in May for Taurus? That flipped up right away. Some kind of judgment. So this could be an actual legal judgment, like court judgment. But this also could just mean either you're judging someone else or somebody else is judging you. This also can represent, like if you look at this card, it's like she's dreaming of being a ballerina or dancing, right? It's coming out of her soul. That's her soul's dream, her soul's purpose. And so it's like she's really deciding, she's making a judgment on what it is that she really wants to do with her life. What she dreams of. So that's that could be happening around the time of May for some of you. Number 20, the 20th of May, could be significant. Some of you could be born on the 20th. 2 plus 0 is 2, which is about unity. So you also could be dealing like a judgment with some kind of partnership. So what's Turkey? Someone is behaving stupidly. Okay, so we've got Justice. This is the Libra energy. And it's like one person's justice is another person's karma and vice versa, right? So it's like you could have a Libra that's behaving stupidly, or somebody could be behaving stupidly. And when I see judgment right next to justice, to me that's like court, legal, law. Could be something involved with that. Justice, number 11, that's twin flame divine partnership energy, so soulmate energy. So you could be dealing with like a partnership, a romantic, other. 1 plus 1 equals 2 again with that judgment. So it's about unity. So what is Pig? Beware of greed. What is Pig? Beware of greed. The Moon. So the May full... Oh, guess what? So the May full moon is that flower moon that we had at the very beginning of the shuffle when I cut the deck. And it was we saw the new moon and then the flower moon. So that moon could be a very significant moon for you. I would write that down, jot that in a journal, just, keep it in mind. So the moon. Now this also talks about secrets. So there could be some secrets. Beware of greed. Could have something to do with money, material things. I don't know, holding, keeping something to yourself. The 18th could be significant. Somebody could be 18. 1 + 8 is 9. Wishes fulfilled. Wounded warrior energy. Wise leader. The moon. It's like they're the secrets, but they'll be bubbling to the surface. They will be coming out maybe around the time of the moon. I don't feel like they're bad secrets necessarily. What's January? What is January for Taurus? 8 of Swords. Somebody was stuck in their head. This is a card of anxiety. It's air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I see 555 on the incorrect clock. So there's like a change of direction, major change of direction that somebody might get really like anxious or have anxiety about. I just heard pushback. I don't know what that means. I'm hearing pushback. Maybe something could be pushed back to January. Somebody pushed back in January. I don't know. But the 8 of Swords, 8 is about stress, anxiety, worry, fear of some sort. But it's all self-imposed. It's like you put yourself in that headspace. You can also take yourself out of that headspace. It's like you needing to practice more meditation, practice more grounding, practice more ways to keep yourself calm when you feel your blood pressure or your anxiety levels rising, right? Or yourself stressing out. Underneath the deck, we've got the Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, again, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But really, this is just about like somebody like looking up information, researching, finding information. Could be a little bit of spy energy too. Somebody could be watching somebody, looking for information, whether that's you or another person watching you. But it's just, it's trying to gain knowledge, trying to make stuff happen, trying to like create ideas. Somebody could be trying to come up with a plan, some kind of a plan. What else do we have for Taurus? We're going to clarify with the Tarot of a Moon Garden. Alright, underneath the deck we have Hanged Man. So somebody feels stuck or stagnant right now. My nose is itching, I'm so sorry. So somebody could be feeling stuck or stagnant at the moment. This is only temporary. It's, it's a transitional time with all of this lunar eclipse energy and just eclipse energy in general. Plus with the vibes of the Mercury retrograde, right? The Hanged Man is like where either you're putting yourself in a timeout or the universe is putting you in a universal timeout. It's not because you're in trouble. It's just it's so that you can hang there and look at something from a different perspective. This is it's actually giving you an opportunity to think twice about something. So, but don't stress yourself out over it, okay? What do we have for Judgment in May for Taurus? What's Judgment in May for Taurus? 2 of Pentacles, making a judgment between 2 different paths or 2 different projects, 2 different, could be job offer, anything that has to do with money, Pentacles, finance. You could have 2 directions to take and you need to make a decision. That's what the Judgment is in May. It could be something that starts in May. What's Turkey? Someone is behaving stupidly with the Justice card. What's Turkey? Someone is behaving stupidly with the Justice. 5 of Swords, so more air energy. This very well could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Or this is just like you get in a fight with someone. You could get into an argument with someone, and it's like you're going to get your justice in this situation. But like I said earlier, one person's justice is another person's karma. I'm seeing judgment and justice right next to each other. Somebody could be going to jail. There could be somebody that goes to jail. That's not going to be for all of you. Only some of you. It also could be mental jail, like mental prison. But the Five of Swords is all about, like, it's my bittersweet victory. Someone wins, someone loses. But there could be a fight because someone is behaving stupidly. That also could happen in May. Or it just could happen as you're... Maybe it's like it could happen about you, like you're talking about... You're making a judgment between two things. It could be something like you're planning for May, right? Or doing in May, and someone is behaving stupidly as you're trying to figure this out. What is beware of greed with the moon? What is beware of greed with the moon? The Four of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody's holding back. Somebody's holding on to something. Money, pentacles, coins. So beware of greed. Somebody could be holding on to coins, finances, some kind of money. And there's a secret behind it. It could be secret money. It could be something like somebody didn't tell somebody about. It's like there's secrets behind it. But beware of greed. Don't be greedy. Or maybe beware of greed. Somebody else could be greedy. Just be aware. And then what do we have January? What's January with the Eight of Swords? I'm most curious about this one. What is January? Okay. Ooh, that's in reverse. So it's the Hierophant in reverse. So this is Taurus energy. That's you guys. But it may not be you. Oh, underneath the deck. So underneath the... Now I'll do this first. Okay, so we have Eight of Swords with a Hierophant in reverse. Now the Hierophant in reverse is someone who's like... Who did something Evie. Like... It's like an evil pope, right? Someone who did something that wasn't like the best. It could be like a twisted backwards religious leader, like a cult leader. It could also be just like somebody with authority or power and they're misusing it. Somebody who misused authority or power, or could potentially misuse authority or power, which brings anxiety, gives somebody anxiety. This could have happened in January. Or it could be somebody whose like birthday is in January, so that could be like a Capricorn or what is that, Pisces? Capricorn or Pisces? I think. So the Hierophant is typically more religious than he is spiritual. So I feel like this is somebody who they're just... There's just something kind of dark and twisted about this energy. Or it's just somebody who's like really out of sorts. They're, I don't want to say... okay, when I say dark and twisted, obviously that's not everybody, right? It's just, it's somebody who could be having like some really emotional thoughts. Now this could just be like, again, this is Taurus energy. This could be you as a Taurus, simply just a Taurus, right? But you're feeling anxiety and stress and fear about something maybe that happened in January, or that could potentially be happening in January or be pushed back to January. So you guys will know better than I will. And then underneath the deck, we've got the Page of Swords that's clarified by the Three of Swords. Now the Three of Swords is heartbreak, deceit, unhappiness. And she's like a student, okay? So there could be, you could be like, I mean, for some of you, right? Not all of your students. or you could be studying something that breaks your heart, or you find something out that breaks your heart, or you could be a student and like you're going through some kind of heartbreak, or you could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and there's something that breaks your heart that you learn. But I feel like this energy has already happened. It's like underlying. It's what you're already dealing with. And that's why these cards up here are saying, you need to focus on self-love. You need to focus on putting up your boundaries, which is a brilliant exercise. It's a brilliant, plan of action to execute. Meanwhile, what you're doing is you're engaging in this circus of love. You just got to make sure that you don't let anybody else, make your decisions for you, while you're being swept off your feet. You need to stay grounded, which is the truth, that Lao Tzu, in order for you to grow. And that whole grounding energy is what's going to help get you past, all of this anxiety that you may be feeling, trying to make a judgment about something and somebody who could be potentially behaving stupidly. It'll help you make a better decision, regarding what may be held. It's like what you may find out, like secrets that you may find out, where it says beware of greed. And then ultimately just know that will help you also balance whatever this energy is regarding a January, something that either happened in January or will be happening in January that you may feel some stress about. But just know the deep personal strength and peace that assures success will be coming in with dealings with a relationship with an older woman. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. If any of this resonates, brings you clarity or insight, drop a comment, like, share, subscribe. As you know, it's Together We Grow. I always enjoy sharing this time and energy with you, and I look forward to reading for you again in the very near future. You guys have a wonderful end of March, early April, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace.